Behind the stone walls of Adelaide Cottage, a new story is being written, one that the public was never supposed to hear. For over a decade, William and Catherine have been the gold standard of royal mystery, a couple that mastered the art of being seen without ever truly being known. But the silence has just been broken. A major new biography, William and Catherine, the intimate inside story, is pulling back the curtain on the lives of the Prince and Princess of Wales in a way we haven't seen in over 10 years. What it reveals isn't just a collection of anecdotes, it's a seismic shift in how we understand the future king and queen. From secret pacts made in the wake of tragedy to the raw, unedited friction of life at the center of an institution in turmoil, this is the version of the story the palace couldn't keep hidden any longer. You see, we've all grown used to the polished images, the perfect smiles at charity events, and the flawless family portraits. But there is a specific, private revelation in this new account by royal expert Russell Myers that changes everything. It involves the Cambridge Way, a new ironclad philosophy the couple developed to handle the relentless pressure and the shock cancer diagnoses that rocked the family just recently. Most people assume they know why Catherine stepped back during her recovery, but this biography suggests the truth is far more complex and far more defiant than anyone dared to whisper. It traces their journey from the folklore of St. Andrews to the heavy weight of the crown, exploring how they've balanced ancient tradition with a desperate need for normalcy. Looking at how much they've weathered, from the loss of Queen Elizabeth II to the ongoing rift with the Sussexes, it makes you wonder, in an era where every move is tracked and every smile is analyzed, can a modern monarchy actually survive this level of intimacy? Does knowing the real William and Catherine make them more relatable, or does it strip away the very mystery that keeps the crown alive? I'm curious to see where you stand. Is this new transparency exactly what the monarchy needs to stay relevant, or is it a dangerous gamble? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a fan of the princess and want to support her as she navigates these unprecedented times, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join our community. We're deep diving into the stories that define the modern era, and you won't want to miss our next update. But for now, let's get back to it. The biography reveals that the fairy tale we see is actually a masterclass in resilience. Behind the scenes, William is described not just as a future king, but as a man fiercely protective, bordering on obsessed with avoiding the mistakes of his parents' past. This isn't just about avoiding drama, it's a calculated strategy. The book details the emotional toll of the simultaneous health crises involving Catherine and King Charles, showing a side of William that is both vulnerable and incredibly firm. He has essentially rewritten the royal rulebook to ensure his family comes first, even if it means clashing with centuries of expectation. As we move deeper into the revelations, the narrative shifts to Catherine's personal history and her secret role as the stabilizer. While the headlines often focus on the spectacle, this book uncovers the deep personal connections that keep her grounded, like her family's own history in the UK textiles industry, which she continues to champion today. Even as they prepare for their upcoming visit to Stirling and Falkirk on January 20th, the biography explains that these engagements aren't just duty, they are a reflection of Catherine's desire to unite communities through heritage and craft. She isn't just a figurehead, she is a woman who uses her personal passions to bridge the gap between the palace and the people. The flow of these revelations leads us to a startling conclusion about their vision for the future. They aren't just waiting for the throne, they are actively redesigning it. The biography highlights their refusal to follow certain tabloid narratives, choosing instead to focus on emotional depth and long-term stability. They are preparing for a reign defined by seismic revelations of character, rather than sensationalism. It paints a picture of a couple who are essentially leading a quiet revolution from within, moving beyond the balconies to create a monarchy that feels human, relatable, and, above all, real. But as this intimate look into their lives proves, transparency is a double-edged sword. By letting us in, they have invited a level of scrutiny that can never be turned off. We're entering a new era for the House of Windsor, one where the king and queen are no longer distant deities, but human beings navigating extraordinary lives. The mask has been lifted, and while the reality is far more human, it is also far more challenging, because once you know the truth behind the headlines, the fairy tale tale ends and the real work of leading a nation begins.